Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona. Welcome back if you're practicing with me again. Today I'm sharing a 25-minute compact stretchy yoga flow from the Rise and Stretch series of classes. And this practice is one that is accessible and it includes some dynamic and more static stretches for your spine, hips and your shoulders. And if you like practicing with props, I'd recommend a yoga block. I hope you enjoy this practice. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste. And begin your practice coming onto all fours, tabletop position. Settle your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we'll start with some simple head rolls, rolling your right ear to your right shoulder. Pause for a few breaths. And then softly nodding your chin in toward your chest and gently tipping your head back on this diagonal. Just find what feels good, lengthening into the left side of your neck. And then roll your chin around the front of your chest, find center, allow your head to hang heavy, chin to chest, let your jaw relax, feeling the weight of your head, gentle stretch through the back of your neck, and then roll your left ear to your left shoulder, pausing here. And just as you did on the right side, softly nodding your chin in and away from your chest. Now a full circle if it feels comfortable in one direction. And circle back. Come back to center. Send your gaze forward and keep the back of your neck nice and long. Extend your right toes to the back of your mat. A few breaths here, leaning back into your heel, stretching into your right calf. And then ease off, send your weight forward. Then just go between the two, forward and back. And return to what feels like center. Push the floor away and squeeze your left knee in toward your chest, round into your very upper back. And then lower your left shin down toward a pigeon shape. So your left shin more parallel with the top of your mat. Take your right knee to the floor, wedge it behind your left heel for a figure 4 tabletop pose. Moving through 3 cycles of cat and cow. Together, inhale, arch your spine, soften your belly. Exhale and round your spine, chin to chest. Twice more now, moving with your breath rhythm. Gently easing your buttocks back as you arch your spine, feeling into the outer hip. And then meet me in a neutral spine. Keep the arrangement of your legs and walk your hands forward into puppy pose variation. Take your hands wide or a little wider than your shoulders and your forehead toward the mat. Bring some gentle movement through your hips, left and right, perhaps forward and back. Finding just the right amount of sensation in your outer left hip. One more full cycle of breath. And walk your hands in underneath your shoulders. Tuck your right toes under. Raise your right knee. Transition into left side Vashisthasana, modified side plank. So you're balancing on your left hand, left foot behind you. Anchor your right foot to the back of your mat. Sweep your right arm up and then overhead. Reaching from your outer right heel to the very tips of your right fingers. Take a full breath in, fan your ribs wide. And on your exhale, return to all fours. Second side, extend your left toes to the back of the mat. Pausing here on the hands, just sending your weight back a little. And rocking forward, easing off. Come back to the middle, push the floor away, squeeze your right knee in toward your chest, round into your back. And then place your right shin down, more parallel with the top of your mat. Lower your left knee, find that figure 4 tabletop shape. And then a few cycles of cat and cow, arching and rounding your spine. One more round in each direction. And come back to neutral on your inhale. Keep the legs and slowly walk your hands forward into puppy pose. Keeping a little wiggle room through the shoulders and through your hips. Your breath steady. Another full cycle of breath in and out. Walk your hands in under your shoulders, tuck your left toes under, raise your left knee, and come to right side Vashisthasana, modified side plank. So right foot pivots all the way behind you. Anchor your left heel, back of the mat, sweep your left arm up, and then overhead. Take a full breath in. And then return to all fours. Tuck your toes under and sit your buttocks toward your heels. Walk your hands in for a toe stretch. The option to keep your hands on the floor for more support, or walk your hands to the top of your thighs and sit more upright. Take 3 cycles of breath. Squeezing your heels in toward one another. And then hands forward to the floor to release. Untuck your toes and give your feet just a little stomp out to release. Making your way now into downward facing dog. Just taking a moment to place yourself, find a comfortable stride, and then just slowly mobilize your legs, pedal and stretch. Left heel high, right heel high. And then bending your knees quite deeply here, draw your chest toward your thighs. Send your sitting bones up toward the ceiling, offer your spine, your side waist, your arms, their full extension. Deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower your heels toward the mat, any amount. Feel free to keep a little bend in your knees there. And return to the calmness of your breath. Take a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, and come into yogi squat at the top of your mat. Malasana. Feet wide, sit your hips down and back in your comfortable range of motion. Easing your elbows to your inner knees and pressing into your feet so you keep a little bit of buoyancy and support through your lower body. And just slowly move your weight over the base of your feet, side to side, forward and back, rolling through the feet. Lower your fingertips to the floor, lift your hips and find a forward fold. Walk your feet under your hips and hold opposite elbows. Very deliberately bend your knees and see that your torso rests on your thighs. So keep that connection. And then lift your hips just a little higher toward the ceiling. Pour your weight evenly into your feet, heels to the toes. And let your head, neck and shoulders relax heavy. Release the grip of your hands, hang in ragdoll, deeper bend in your knees. And then very slowly roll up through your spine, going just that little bit slower than you're accustomed to. So you're patient and intentional with your movement, feeling your way upright. Bring your hands to prayer, center of your chest. Inhale now, reach your arms overhead, touch your palms, interlace your fingers, and then flip your grip, palms to the sky. Lengthening tall through your whole body, front ribs in, take another breath in, and then side bend to your right. Bump the hips out to the left, root down from your hips to your heels, pull up on the sides of your waist, feel the depth of your breath. On your inhale, come back through center, and exhale, side bend to your left. Feeling the length of your spine. Inhale, stand tall, gaze up, and forward fold over soft knees. Breathing in, flat back, lengthen your spine forward, and then step your right foot back to the back of your mat, runner's lunge. Come to the fingertips, think up dog in your upper body, drawing your chest forward. And then sway a little back, ease out of your lunge. Once more, breathe in and breathe out. Return to center and twist. Plant your right hand flush with the mat. Raise your left hand to the sky. Twist to your left. And on your exhale, thread your left hand under your right and reach through. Inhale, return to twist, left hand to the sky. Exhale and thread, left arm under. Once more, twist to your left. And this time, thread your left hand under, turn to your right for side lunge toward the back of your mat. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, and keep all 10 toes facing the long edge of your mat, your left foot grounded. Chest forward, hips back, and then switching sides, bend into your left knee, straighten your right leg. Once more, one breath to your right, then turn and face the top of your mat for low lunge. Pivot all 10 toes to face the top of your space, right knee to the floor, and then walk your hands to the top of your left thigh, coming upright. Support your shape with a press down through your left heel, light squeeze to your right glutes, and then ease in and out of your lunge. Just riding and gliding with the rhythm of your breath. Lower your hands to the floor, raise your right knee, and walk a quarter turn to your right for wide-legged forward fold. And here we're going to place the feet, heels out, toes in, and start a little bit more elevated using the support of your fingertips under your shoulders or hands to a block. And then rock your body's weight forward toward your toes, back toward your heels. So that movement can be quite subtle or more exaggerated. You might like to start lifting the toes as you rock back. Perhaps raising the heels as your body's weight drifts forward. Just tune into the sensations around your feet and your ankles, your hamstrings. Just finding that vector of movement that feels nourishing for your lower body. And then rock your weight evenly into your feet. Move your inner arches of your feet away from one another. Lengthen your chest forward. And on your exhale, forward fold between your legs. Relaxing your expression and the weight of your head. Come back to your steady breath. On your inhale, halfway lift, then turn and face the back of your mat and find your runner's lunge. Frame your right toes with your fingertips. And again, inhale, chest lifts. And then rock a little back, roll through your feet, forward and back. Return to center and we'll twist and flow. Ground your left palm, raise your right hand to the sky, twist to your right. And on an exhale, thread your right hand under your left. Reach through. Breathe in, twist to your right. Breathe out and thread. Once more, twist to your right. Exhale now, thread your right hand under, turn to your left for a deeper side lunge, Skandasana. Coming toward the front of your mat, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. An option to turn your toes to face the ceiling, coming a little deeper. And then switch, bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg. Once more to your left, just for a beat. Then turn and face the back of your mat for low lunge. Left knee softly down. When you're steady, walk your hands to the top of your right thigh, coming upright. Easing in and out of your lunge with your breath. And lower your hands to the floor, raise your left knee, walk a quarter turn to your left for modified revolved triangle. So feet are wide, toes turn in. Center your right hand in a halfway lift under your shoulder to the floor or a block. Then revolve slowly to your left. Reach your left hand toward the ceiling. Concentrate on revolving through your ribs and then your chest, and if it feels comfortable, turn your gaze up. And then lower your left hand down and take that gradual twist to your right. Just notice if your weight has drifted back into your heels. Can you bring a little more weight forward so your hips balance over your heels? One more breath in and release. Turn and face the top of your space. Step back to plank pose. Knees or no knees, lower down to your belly. And then keeping your feet spaced a little wider than your hips, roll onto your right side. Prop yourself onto your right forearm so it's parallel with the top of your mat. And here we'll come into a quad stretch. For balance, try and aim your left hip forward as you bend your left knee. Reach back and hold your left foot with your left hand. Keep sending your left hip forward just so you can maneuver and adjust. Then tuck your left heel in toward your buttocks and roll your left shoulder back in space, lengthening through the front of your left thigh. Take a calm, slow, deep breath in. And a calm, slow, deep breath out. Carefully now release your left foot, change sides, rolling onto your belly and then your left forearm, left side hip. Deliberately lean your right hip forward as you bend your right knee, reach back, hold your foot with your right hand. Find your balance and then tuck your right heel in toward your buttocks, a little closer. Finding your balance in the posture, balance to your breathe. One more breath. And then release, roll to your belly. Using the support of your hands, ease your way back into child's pose. Lengthening your arms forward, buttocks back. Calm breathe. And then walk your hands in. Coming upright, slip your hips out to one side and gently make your way down onto your back. With your knees bent, feet to the floor, aligning your spine, and then bring your left knee in toward your chest. So keep your right knee bent there, slip your hands behind the back of your left thigh, and extend your left leg up toward the ceiling and flex your foot. Simple hamstring stretch, your option to hold here, or if it's helpful to ease in and out of the stretch, you can slowly bend and straighten your leg a few times. So you can sense where your appropriate edge is. No over effort. Holding for 2 more cycles of breath. And then re-bend your left knee, moving into a twist. Release your arms wide into a T. An option to cross your left leg over your right, or for a gentler option, just stack your knees and carry them over to your right. Shifting your buttocks a little to the left, turning your gaze to the left. And then roll back through center, bringing your right knee in toward your chest, left foot to the floor, knee bent. Extend your right leg up toward the ceiling, flex your foot. You can bend and straighten your right leg a few times, or just simply hold, kicking up through your heel, consciously relaxing your upper body so your shoulders rest back, your head and neck can soften. And moving into your twist, release your arms wide to a T. Right leg over your left, or stack your knees, carry them over to the left. Shift your buttocks a little to the right. Roll on the back of your head, turn your gaze to the right. One more smooth breath in and out in your twist. And release. Moving into a brief rest, Shavasana. Laying on your back, arms away from your body, palms face up. Heels a little wider than your hips, and let your feet flop open. Make any final adjustments, wriggle out any momentum, restlessness. And then just for the next minute, resting the full weight of your body into the mat. I'll guide you back shortly. And drifting your awareness back. Breathe a full, nourishing breath in and a long breath out. Big stretch out through your body. And then as you're ready, bend your knees, feet to the floor, rolling out to your right side. And gently press your way back up to sit. Thanks so much for joining me for your practice today. Have a beautiful day ahead. Namaste.